An ordinary boy befriended a real alien, but it suddenly started hunting his father. What happened next? Find out from the recap of the movie Mozart from Space. All parents in China dream of raising their children to become true geniuses, great musicians, artists and actors. Absolutely all of them do. For example, a boy named Xiao Tian is forced to play the piano for hours and isn't allowed to go to the bathroom. But he's not interested in music because he dreams of studying and exploring space. Unfortunately, his strict father insists that he stops wasting time on such nonsense. During PE class, Xiao Tian gets distracted by a cute classmate and gets rebuked by his teacher. In another class, he gazes out of the window, not listening to the teacher, which earns him yet another punishment. His friend, Xue Xiao, tries to stand up for him, but the teacher punishes both of them instead. Outside of the school, a big festival is taking place, featuring athletes, dancers and cosplayers. Xiao Tian is eager to join the astronomy club. The club president, Paul, has prepared gifts for those who join, including a boomerang soccer ball, an alcohol burner, and a super water gun. Naturally, many people want to sign up for the astronomy club, and Xiao Tian is among them, but not for the gifts. He's passionate about science, he dreams of meeting aliens, but Paul just laughs at him. One of the local bullies, Yuan, starts picking on Xiao Tian, but he manages to escape. He tries to hide among the cosplayers, but Yuan spots him, and the chase continues. Xiao Tian then hides at the first graders festival. One of the kids named Momo brings an adorable toy panda to the festival. Xiao Tian buys it. Momo, as it turns out, is his younger brother. Their parents are divorced. Xiao Tian lives with their father, while Momo stayed with their mother. At home, Xiao Tian's father notices the strange panda toy. He really dislikes it and demands that Xiao Tian continues his piano lessons. The boy sits down at the piano. At that very moment, the panda behind him comes to life. Xiao Tian beats up the living panda toy. His father walks in, and the panda immediately freezes. The man also attacks the poor panda, but then laughs and demands his son to continue playing. When the father leaves, the panda comes back to life again. Xiao Tian grabs a bat and chases it around the room, destroying everything in its path. The father walks in again, and the panda immediately freezes. The man takes the bat away from his son and threatens to punish him if he doesn't start playing. Then the panda sits down at the piano instead of the boy. It plays a complex piece perfectly, and everything in the room flies and dances around. The father even gets drunk out of joy. The panda says that he is an alien from the planet Alpha 18. He came here and possessed this toy to protect Xiao Tian. The boy gives his new friend the name Mozart. The panda shows he can control objects. It turns out that in this world, music is the energy that controls everything around. Mozart suggests that Xiao Tian walk out the window on a bridge made of books, and he succeeds. However, at one point, they fall down, but they manage to slow down just before hitting the ground. We learn that the alien must gain Xiao Tian's complete trust within 2 months. In the morning, the boy argues with his father and asks Mozart to wait for him after school. But the clever alien hides in his backpack and goes with him. Xiao Tian shows the panda to his best friend Xue Xiao. At first, Mozart pretends to be a toy, but then he starts to talk. Just then, the bully Yuan shows up near them. Mozart immediately stands up for his friend and transforms Yuan into a schoolgirl cosplayer. Then, Xue Xiao asks the alien to make him the coolest boy in the school. The PE class begins. Our heroes are about to face off against the self-absorbed Paul's team for the astronomy club. Thanks to Mozart's magic, Xue Xiao manages to score a goal against the opponents. Then another one, and another one, and another. This is the new David Beckham. Despite the win, the girls still prefer Paul. Well, that's a bit disappointing. Xiao Tian again notices his classmate, whom he secretly loves. Her name is Jilin, and Paul is dating her. Mozart intervenes, ripping the wig of the arrogant boy and then leaving him without pants. The date didn't go well. Jieling finds our heroes and notices Mozart, but the living toy doesn't scare her at all. The panda shows the kids the power of his magic and builds a staircase out of stones so that our heroes can climb the highest tower in the city. From here, a wonderful view opens up. Meanwhile, Yuan heads to a meeting of the Outer Space Association. Here, people who call themselves aliens are speaking. However, they look more like ordinary charlatans who are tricking naive people out of their money. At home, Xiaotian pretends to play the piano while actually playing an audio recorder. Then he watches a movie with Mozart and goes to bed after arguing with his father. The panda concludes that Xiaotian's father is his worst enemy and decides to get rid of him. On the weekend, Mozart tries to harm the man, but fails to do so. Then the panda uses a knife, but at the last moment, Xiaotian saves his father. He ties Mozart to a chair and demands an explanation from him. The panda says that he is just protecting his friend. The next day, Xiaotian learns that the bully Yuan did not come to school. Before that, he had been acting quite strangely. Xiaotian finds out that the guy went to the local observatory. But why? It turns out that his mother died when he was a child, and his father lied to his son, saying that she had gone to space. Unfortunately, scammers decided to take advantage of his gullibility. Xiaotian, Shueishuo and Jieling arrive at the observatory and see that the guy has climbed to the very top and is waiting for his mother. They ask Mozart to help him. The cosmic panda puts on a real show for the guy and gives Yuan a glowing crystal that his mother has supposedly sent to him. Getting emotional, the guy slips and falls, but Mozart saves him. The scammers record all of this on video. They show this footage to the main villain of their gang, and she orders her henchmen to urgently find this alien. During the day, Xiaotian's music teacher visits him, and his deception is revealed. The guy can only play the simplest melodies. Our hero has another argument with his father. He shouts that he hates music and dreams of exploring space. Mozart feeds Xiaotian a glowing orb, and his ability to hear, see and feel intensifies by hundreds of times. Now he perceives the entire world as particle energy. The alien explains that true art always comes from the depths of the heart. Only then will it be beautiful and harmonious. Mozart teaches Xiaotian to play the piano, not only with his hands, but also with his soul. Our hero becomes a legend and wins all the competitions. Despite this, Xiaotian continues to play the piano only for his father. The thing is, his father once dreamed of becoming a rock star in his youth, but gave up on his career after Xiaotian was born. Now he tries to make his son into a musician. Xiaotian wins the country's top music festival. His father, mother and friends congratulate him. Jieling says that she and her dad are moving to another country. It's sad news, but there's nothing that can be done about it. However, there is even worse news. Xiaotian and Mozart are hunted by the same scammers from the observatory. Xiaotian's grandfather gives him a real telescope, and his father gives him books about space and an invitation to the music conservatory. While Xiaotian is thrilled about the telescope, he refuses to study music. After all, it's not his dream. He runs away from home with Mozart, and luckily, with a bit of magic, it's not too hard to pull off. Xiaotian goes to Shueishuo, and together they head to see Jieling. The girl is happy to see her friends. She admits that she dreams of seeing the Great Wall of China. Then Mozart creates a real flying ship, and our heroes embark on a journey. How exciting is it to get a bird's eye view of the city? The scammers spot them. They quickly realize that the aliens' power lies in music and plans to use this against them. And so, the guys arrive at the Great Wall of China. Using his magic, Mozart brings the stars closer to them so they can get a better view. It's incredible. But suddenly, for some reason, the alien begins to lose his energy. They urgently need to turn on some music, but all the phone batteries are dead. What should they do? And how will they get back home now? Mozart tells the kids that on his planet Alpha 18, the only source of energy is art. The trouble is that in 66 years it will perish due to a failed contact with the Earth civilization. The only chance for salvation is a genius astronomer. Unfortunately, because of his father, he will never fulfill his destiny. The kids fall asleep before hearing the story. Mozart hears some music, follows the sound, and ends up captured by the scammers. In the morning, the kids wake up and see their parents have already found them. However, Mozart is nowhere to be seen. Xiaotian returns home, feeling very sad. He finds the watch left by Mozart and learns that the alien will leave Earth in 7 hours. Xiaotian sends a message to Jie Ling and asks her for help. Although the girl is already at the airport, she leaves everything behind and runs to her friend. They all hurry to Yuan. The thing is, Mozart gave him the same glowing fruit that Xiaotian once swallowed. It turns out that Yuan planted it, but for some reason, nothing grew out of it. Xiaotian finds the fruit in the soil and swallows it. Now, he can hear absolutely everything. He learns that the scammers torment poor Mozart with loud sounds and lie to him that this will help them leave Earth and fly to another planet. Naive Earthlings give all their money to the scammers. Xiaotian decides to quickly save his friend. Fortunately, a car with Paul and Jie Ling appears nearby. The main scammer suggests roasting the panda and eating him. But at that moment, our heroes walk up to the observatory door with various weapons in their hands. They rescue Mozart from the flames and engage in a fight with the fanatic cultists. The scammers try to escape with Mozart, and Xiaotian chases after them, fighting one of the scammers. Fortunately, his father arrives just in time and defends his son. Only the main scammer remains, and she is about to try to burn Mozart again. Xiaotian and his father try to stop her. Remembering that art gives Mozart strength, Xiaotian begins to sing. His friends are beside him. Despite everything, the scammer throws the panda into the fire. At that moment, he comes to life and sets her on fire. Mozart tells Xiaotian that he has completed his mission and must return. The alien flies back to his planet, but manages to erase all memories of himself in the people. A year passes. Another festival takes place at Xiaotian's school. We see that his father has finally allowed Xiaotian to give up music and study space. At night, new aliens break into a psychiatric clinic and offer the con artist sitting there to join their gang and fight against Xiaotian and Mozart. She agrees.